In a big move, India has announced a series of strong diplomatic and strategic countermeasures aimed at Pakistan. This in the aftermath of terror attack on civilians in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam. In a sweeping diplomatic crackdown, the Ministry of External Affairs has detailed 5 major steps against Pakistan. India has put the Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan on hold. It has shut the Attari checkpost for all cross-border movement. India has suspended SAARC visa travel privileges for Pakistani nationals. All Pakistani citizens currently in India under the SAARC framework have been given 48 hours to leave the country. Moreover, India has tightened the diplomatic channels. It has expelled all Pakistani military advisors, including those from the Army, the Navy and the Air Force. The overall strength of the respective high commissions will be brought down to 30.
The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 will be held in abeyance with immediate effect until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism. 2. The integrated checkpost Attari will be closed with immediate effect. Those who have crossed over with valid endorsements may return through that route before 1 May 2025. CCS reviewed the overall security situation and directed all forces to maintain high vigil. It resolved that the perpetrators of this attack will be brought to justice and their sponsors held to account. As with the recent extradition of Tahawur Rana, India will be unrelenting in the pursuit of those who have committed acts of terror or conspired to make them possible. Thank you very much.
Well, our assistant editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibol, is now joining us from New Delhi, and also joining us on this broadcast is our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik from Islamabad. We also will be talking to retired Major General Soy in a little bit from now. Siddhant, beginning with you, all these 5 countermeasures or actions are quite significant. What's even more strong is halting of all visa issuance to Pakistani nationals. Pakistani military advisors in India have been declared persona non grata, and most attachés have been given a week to leave India. Let's start from there.
Well, yes, a strong decision taken by the Indian government tonight. I'm standing just in front of the Indian Foreign Ministry, the Ministry of External Affairs, and it was buzzing in terms of the actions that were expected. We got the message around 7 p.m. that after the Cabinet Committee on Security, there will be a briefing. It took almost 2 hours, and once the decisions were announced, basically there are 3 key decisions. Essentially, if we club all the 5 decisions, first, of course, a strong action in terms of the engagement at the people-to-people level. India has essentially said that no Pakistanis are allowed in India by, of course, announcing that those Pakistanis who are on Indian visa are expected to leave the country very soon. A timeline has been given, and also the Pakistanis on SAARC visa, they of course are also asked to leave the country. Now essentially that is the big headline story. The second, of course, the headline story is the fact that the military diplomats, the Pakistani diplomats who are present here are asked to leave. They are declared persona non grata, and essentially that is a decision that is for Indian side important. In fact, India has altogether abolished the position, annulled the position. So in future there will be no Pakistani military diplomats. And the third, of course, is the Indus Water Treaty. Of course, the Pakistani side will come up with their own theory, their own statements that India can never go unilaterally withdraw from it. And of course there is a point in that India cannot unilaterally withdraw itself. But India has used a very carefully chosen word, that it is keeping the Indus Water Treaty at abeyance. That essentially means it remains part of the treaty, but it is frozen. So key decisions taken just 24 hours after the terror attack which happened, and the Indian Foreign Secretary started by saying that there are cross-border linkages to terror activities in India.
Anas Malik, coming to you, these measures were just announced an hour ago. Are there murmurs in Pakistan of whether the authorities will react to this communique or sort of invoke reciprocal measures? I hear there is an announcement from Pakistan. Tell us more about that.
Well, Eric, what we know so far is that the Pakistani side is huddling up. There are informal deliberations currently underway, and a formal highest level meeting of the National Security Committee that involves the civil and military leadership that has been called by the Pakistani Prime Minister.